The interior of the boat is just about ready for primer and paint in this case. Or if this were being bright finish, we'd be doing more epoxy and a bright finish. But as I've said before, we're not doing that on this boat. So there's just a couple steps left. I filled a couple of screw holes from installing the foredeck here. And I filled these 5 up here, also from installing the foredeck. And I sanded that mast tube down to about 1/16 of an inch above the surface. And then installed that little fillet around it. That'll get sanded and cleaned up when it's cured. Also coated the inside of that hole here at the stem, just for protection, because there was only like 1 coat on there. Same thing here on the transom, on the inwale. Also added this fairing compound along the top of the inwale to help with the edge of that cloth that wrapped over from the transom here. And then finally in the stern half of the boat, I filled these 3 slots, 1, 2, 3, and then 1 screw hole just forward of that forward slot. Those are the slots and tongues from the skeg underneath. Up here at the bulkhead, I've added these little fiberglass shims that came with the kit. These go underneath where the alignment clips are going to go. These are glued in with epoxy right now, just being held in place with the tape. And then these hold the alignment clips up at the correct height when they get installed. And that's coming up too. So otherwise, the stern section's just about ready for primer and paint as well. Sand these areas and maybe see where we stand at that point. But that's the goal here, is to get this stuff ready for primer and paint. Also coated one more time the gasket slot here on the forward bulkhead. Very exciting. Anyway, that's the beginnings of interior prep leading up to primer and paint. After sanding the first coat of epoxy on some of these screw holes, I just went and added a little more. Some of these are actually the nail holes from installing the cleats on the bottom side of the foredeck. If you remember, the nails went right through the foredeck and were filled, but they were just barely below flush. So I added a little more. Also touched up this fillet around the mast tube. It was pretty good on the first coat, but since I was doing some more work, I just finger filleted over it. So this is pretty minor stuff, but since I'm painting this boat on the interior and exterior, it'll look better if these are completely invisible once the paint goes on, so that's why I did the second coat. Over here on the stern half, these alignment clip shims were not tall enough. When I assembled the boat and I was prepared to sand the tops of these flush with the foredeck, they actually were below the level of the foredeck, which was no good. So I added another piece of fiberglass on top. I cut it to 1/16 of an inch or whatever, so that it would be more than tall enough. And then epoxied that on top of the other shim. So once those are cured, then I'll try this process again and reconnect the hull halves and sand these flush with the foredeck, which is important for the alignment clips. I also had to touch up a couple of these spots in the bottom where I filled the slots where the skeg is installed. This one here near the forward end. Another one back there all the way aft. And I also did another coat on the inwale here. There were just a couple spots I couldn't quite sand out, so I filled those just to get that nice and smooth. And finally underneath, and I didn't show this when I filled, oh, you can't see it. Never mind. For final paint prep, I dismantled this work table that I built for building the dinghy. Served me well, but it added about 4 inches of height to my table here, and it's much larger, and it was basically obsolete at this point. So I dismantled that so that I could put the dinghy halves on something lower for better access inside. And then I prepped for paint by cleaning everything with a vacuum and quick solvent wash. And then I masked off all these little bits and bites that I installed and the connecting hardware. And as it stands, these halves are ready for primer. Forward half over here, I have it sitting on sawhorses that are the same height. Allows me to easily reach inside, so I can reach all parts of both of these hulls. It might be nice if they were a little lower, but this is what I have. I'm not going to raise cane just to lower it another few inches. Masked off the other end of the hardware on this hull half inside the mast tube, just so to keep that neat, because I don't want to paint in there. It seems like the mast is a tight fit, as it should be, so I don't want anything in there. So this is the last step before primer. The next time you see this, it's going to be at least primed. I don't know exactly when I'm going to do that, but it'll be very soon, and certainly it'll be the next thing you see in this video. Well, we all make mistakes, and I'm probably going to be chuckling about this one a little later, but right now I'm not real happy. I went to prime the inside of the hull, and I mixed up the primer, started putting it on, thought it was the strangest primer I'd ever seen. Really shiny and kind of hard to work. Turns out it's the white paint, not the primer that I got for the boat. My vendor helpfully wrapped the two cans together in one external wrapping, and I looked at the wrapping when I pulled it off the shelf and I saw primer. And then later I didn't check the can itself. I thought they were two of the same. Quick, which of these cans is the primer? So I ended up mixing white polyurethane paint for the primer coat. I only did the forward half. I cut my losses and didn't do the aft half. So this is going to be a primer coat, even though it's the top coat. Not the end of the world, and I learned some valuable stuff about the paint that I'm using, which is Epiphane's 2-part polyurethane. This is white, and I'm going to try the primer on the other half another time. I didn't want to mess with this paint on the whole thing again. The aft half is quite complicated. So, yeah, I made a good mistake here. I mean, it does say on there, primer, polyurethane, but these cans are exactly the same otherwise. I will recover, and I'm gonna sand this and treat it just like primer. The good news is this came out pretty well, all things considered, considering I didn't know I was painting with top coat at the time and that I was covering just raw wood and epoxy. Well, actually, it's all epoxy. There's no raw uncoated wood in this. But it came out pretty well, even with less than ideal application material. I just used a foam brush to tip this, which didn't do a great job, but it doesn't look that bad considering. I did find that the paint seemed to level pretty well just with the roller, so I may try that in the future, but I'll certainly have better brushes when I actually paint this. But for a mistake, this isn't too bad a one. At least it's coated. I can sand this once I get the primer on the other half, and then we'll just pretend it never happened. But it doesn't look too bad, all things considered. I'm actually pretty happy with the coating and how the boat looks overall. For the stern half, I actually used the 2-part primer that I had intended to on the bow half. So this is what it looks like. I found that it dried very quickly during application, and doing this hull with its many surfaces, I couldn't avoid these lap marks. But that doesn't matter, it's going to get sanded. It's only primer, everything's covered. And what it'll also do is kind of highlight if there are any places that need a little attention before I put on the glossy paint. I think it looks pretty good for primer. Lap marks notwithstanding, but you know, the underlying surface looks good, and that's the key here. So I'm happy with that. I did this forward bulkhead face because that's going to get done for the hull eventually. Just made sense to do it now. Did the gunnels, top and the side, in whale. It was a tricky little piece of work to paint. I also did the transom. There's a lot of surfaces. Access was difficult. I can't reach all the way across the boat. I did tip it up on one side, which helped, but I couldn't reach all the way to the other side. And frankly, it's too high. So I'm going to see about lowering this before I do the final paint. But at least it's primed. Pretty happy with it overall. See how it looks after I sand, and we'll go from there. The primer turned out pretty well, and I have a good base coat now for finish coats on both of these hulls. This is the forward half on which I used by mistake, the gloss top coat. So I sanded this with 220 block sand and by hand in the corners and so forth. Came out pretty well. Silky smooth. I think this is ready to go for extra coats of white top coat where needed, and there will be non-skid on the field in a pattern that I'll tape out. But that looks pretty good. Pretty happy with that despite the mistake of using the wrong paint. Then the aft half that I did use the primer on, it's just a ghost of a coat. It's thin, but this is real smooth. This primer sanded out beautifully. And I'm happy with this as a base, especially given how well that white paint covered over the raw epoxy. So with this little primer skim on here, that's nice and smooth, this is going to finish out well. So, excuse me, this is ready to mask off as needed, and I'm going to paint this with the white paint. So all in all, these turned out quite well. Pretty happy. I mean, primer doesn't look that good, but it looks like progress, and it looks like an excellent base for the top coats. If you could feel this, it's super smooth and sweet. Very nice. So I'll see if there's any touch-up to do, sanding or anywhere that needs some filler or anything like that. But I think we're pretty close to where it needs to be. So there's the primer.